Autism spectrum disorders refers to a group of disorders on the autism spectrum, anywhere from autism as a diagnosis to what was previously known as an Asperger disorder. It's a clinical impression based off of a score on a standardized assessment as well. But what they're looking at when they diagnose autism is a child's ability or deficit in a social communication area. So the child might also have restricted interest or repetitive movements. All of those things combined with a clinical impression would lead for a diagnosis of autism. I think one of the major stumbling blocks that children or young adults run into is the perception of them in society. You know, years ago, children with autism, it was assumed that they could not have functioning jobs in the community or be functioning members of society, and that's just not true.
I'm Trish Kane, and I am the Director of Programs with Pathfinders for Autism. The thing I love the most is helping people, and help guiding them. It really helps when I'm able to say to them, I know where you are now, and it will get better. I think just knowing that someone on the other end of the line really knows what they're dealing with, it really comforts them. And so I enjoy that, and I enjoy these fun events. Our events cater to the whole lifespan, and everyone gets to enjoy something, and they're happy, and it's fun, and I like doing that.
Today we are visiting the North Arundel Aquatic Center for a Pathfinders event, where they're opening it up to families of special needs. Pathfinder Association's been a great help. It's been a great resource from online, their events. We're glad they're out there for us.
This is a wonderful event because we've been able to bring the whole family. And that means a lot to us. We have one son that's on the spectrum, but to share this experience with my other two is invaluable. We definitely would not have as many experiences for our children if it wasn't for Pathfinders for Autism. Pathfinders has allowed us the opportunity to enjoy extracurricular and different experiences with our children.
We really didn't involve ourselves too much with group activities or getting out in the community. We actually use Pathfinders as a reason to do that. Between all the kids' sports and running different directions all the time, it actually gives us a reason to just put everything else aside and come have a great event. So we really appreciate what they do.
The types of services that Pathfinders for Autism offers families are services that they can't always get other places. But we are helping families find critical information to link them to the right service provider, whether that be a medical service provider, recreational opportunities, or educational needs. It's often really difficult to find good, accurate information. And so we pride ourselves in being sort of a one-stop shop for families to find exactly what it is that they need to be exploring and looking at right there in their local community. We are Maryland-based, and we serve the communities of Maryland, so our resources and our focus are very close to home.
I'm Shelley Allred, and I direct all of the safety programs at Pathfinders for Autism. These trainings are necessary because with the prevalence rates, what they are now, as a matter of fact, just for autism in Maryland, it's 1 in 37 boys. So we always remind the first responders, it's not a question of if you're going to have interactions with people with disabilities, it's really when. And then how are they going to address those interactions? And will they know what to do? The comment that I hear most often from the law enforcement personnel is, I wish I had had this class years ago, because looking back, there's things I would have done differently.
After the in-service class with Shelley and Trish, I was blown away and immediately contacted them afterwards to let them know how it had really impacted me, not only as a police officer, but as a mom, because they saw how important it was for us as officers to be able to help individuals with disabilities. So as a mom, I want that. I want officers, I want fire and EMS, I want them to know how to communicate with my son and, make that situation a more positive experience.
A lot of people think that individuals with autism are not intelligent because they're nonverbal. And the training really lets us know that these individuals are extremely intelligent. In some cases, they're no different than we are. They just simply can't convey what they want to do in speech or what they want to say in speech.
Some of the key learnings that we've gotten from these trainings are when we deal with an individual with developmental disabilities, we're able to understand what happens with them a little bit better, so we can adjust our care accordingly.
Hey Glenn, can you tell me why this training is so important to you?
Because my friends might not be able to talk and
Because your friends might not be able to communicate?
not me very well with the police here.
Oh, they might not act very well when the police are involved?
Yeah,
What are some of the things that you hope the police would do to help your friends?
keep them safe.
Keep your friends safe? Excellent. Okay, and what else? Would you like them to learn how to communicate better?
Yes.
Good. Without your support and contributions, we would be unable to provide this free service, this life-saving training to the law enforcement and first responder agencies here in the state of Maryland. We urge you from the bottom of our hearts to please continue to give to this great organization, because without that, we are unable to provide this life-saving training.
Last year alone, your generous support enabled us to directly reach over 18,000 Marylanders. Initiatives such as our Resource Center, Family Fun Nights, First Responders, and water safety trainings wouldn't be possible without you. On behalf of my family, all those affected by autism, and the entire Pathfinders organization, we thank you.